NATASHA DENONA has a new palette on the market. It's called the Metropolis Palette, and I am here to review it, Team Truth style as always. Hey guys, Maryam here. I'm back after some traveling, and I am so excited to film this review and tutorial for you guys. I usually don't film 2 product reviews by the same brand back to back, but I had to do it because this palette is so highly requested. I got so many DMs from you guys to review, swatch, and do a tutorial using this new palette. So here I am doing it for you. You're welcome, and I love you. That said, remember to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can see all of my Wednesday and Sunday videos. And now let's get to it. NATASHA DENONA Metropolis Palette. Team Truth is coming for ya. I don't even know where to begin, you guys. NATASHA DENONA has a new palette. Metropolis is the name. $129 is the price. 28 shades is the game. These shades are beautiful. I think they're very fall ready, sliding into the holiday category. I'm loving all the different textures and finishes. There are 4 different formulas in this palette with 2 brand new formulas just out the box, never been seen before. So altogether we have mattes, metallics, duochromes, and chroma crystals. The latter 3 are said to be best applied with a damp brush or with a fingertip, whereas the matte is supposed to be used with a brush, with a fluffy brush or with a dry brush. There is also a new midi size to these shadow pans. So let's just do a bit of a comparison. I have a few of NATASHA DENONA's other palettes here. I have the Sunrise palette, which is by far her most affordable palette, and this one is 15 shades. I did do a review on this one. However, when you compare the pan size, you can tell that the Metropolis shadow pans are just a little bit smaller than these here. Now, the packaging itself is very comparable to the packaging of the gold palette. Same shimmery, almost patent leather-like type of finish, almost the same size. Metropolis palette is just a pinch wider and a pinch shorter. And now comparing to NATASHA's original 28 pan palette, these are both 28 pans. However, the original 28 pans are much larger. Off the bat, I feel like this just might be the one NATASHA DENONA palette that will get you the most bang for your buck. Not only is it the most affordable out of her 28 pan palettes, the other 28 pan palettes are $239, you guys. And this one being almost half the price speaks volumes, doesn't it? And considering that the Sunrise palette is $65, take that times 2, that's about the price of this palette, $129, and it almost has double the amount of colors, although the pans are slightly smaller. This is a science, you guys, and I am no scientist and I'm no mathematician, but I'm trying to draw some comparisons for you in case you are interested in getting this palette or some of NATASHA's other iconic palettes. Now, the Metropolis palette is also a 5-year anniversary palette, and it's also for holiday 2019, so congrats, NATASHA, you killed it. 5 years in the industry is remarkable, and it's something to be celebrated. I'm so excited to be back in my filming studio. You guys probably don't know if you don't follow me on my Instagram and my other platforms, but I have been traveling for the past 2 weeks. I went to Tokyo with Benefit, and then I went to LA for PIXI's 20-year anniversary party. I had not been filming for a while. I'm back, and I am excited, and I am ready. Now, I am ready to dip my hands, my fingers, and my brushes into this palette. I am gonna show you guys some swatches. I'm gonna do my swatches off camera because 28 shades is a lot. I'm gonna need not only my hand, I'm also gonna need my swatch model's hand. Let's plug that in right now. So I swatched the top 2 rows on my arm and the bottom 2 rows on Lee's arm. I can tell off the bat that the more vibrant colors are on Lee's arm and on the bottom of the palette. There are a lot of these new creamy types of mattes that I've never really seen before from NATASHA DENONA or from any other brand, and I'm really curious to try them. Some of these include the dark blues that are actually almost very similar, and some of the neutral shades, some of the browns. Here we have it. And I also feel like in this instance, the swatches on the arms actually help to see the color compilation a little bit better than just in the palette. Is it just me? Or do the swatches actually help in this instance? And now, for the moment we've all been waiting for, I'm gonna prime my lids using my Fenty eyeshadow primer. Do you guys like my nails? I got them done in Tokyo. These are Tokyo street style Harajuku type of nails that I literally had to request via my Google Translate app. That's how lost in translation you are in Tokyo as an American. But I love them. They're so mean. Look, there's a kitty here and a kitty butt. Meow. This look right here is a mood and it's also a vibe, but I'm not gonna copy it. I'm gonna probably go ahead and do something that inspires me via the colors. And since there are so many bronzy, warm, autumn type of shades in this palette, and also quite a bit of greens, I think I'm gonna lean in that direction. So first things first, gonna pick up a brush, something nice and fluffy, like this Morphe M513. I'm gonna dip into this ochre shade here. The name of this one is Rhizome? No idea. But the good thing is that the names of each shadow are actually on this clear thing here that's also attached to the palette. Dope packaging, but the palettes are a little bit too heavy for my preference to be used as a mirror, although there is a mirror. Of course, I just stabbed one of the eyeshadows with my Tokyo nail. I'm gonna apply the shadow to the outer portion of my transition. Very pigmented. Clearly you can tell I'm not gonna use all 28 shades for this video. I've done that before for some other palette reviews, but there are 28 shades in this palette, so I think I'm gonna try to limit my shadow intake to like 8 max. Good thing about NATASHA Denona eyeshadow formulas is that you really don't have to dip and re-dip and re-dip again. These shadows do blend out really easily. They're not patchy, they're not sticky, they're not flaky, and the neutral shades don't even have any fallout. I think I'm done with my first shade. I'm going to reach for something different. This shade here called Lethal. This is one of those interesting creamy type of mattes that you kind of need to stab your brush into in order to pick up pigment. They swatch very well. Wow, and they also apply very, very well. I actually think I picked up the wrong brush for this shadow. I think you need something a little bit smaller and denser, not as fluffy. But that's okay. I'm still making it work. Blending it in with the previous shadow. This color is gorgeous. Definitely feeling the fall vibes, even though I'm not really feeling fall vibes, if you get my drift. The moment I stepped off the plane in New York, I said to myself, wow, this cold weather is not a vibe, although it was actually kind of cold in LA too. It was only in Tokyo where it was still summertime. Yes, I did vlog my Tokyo trip. However, I'm not really sure if I have enough footage for a whole complete vlog. I'm thinking I might do a vlog combined with a what I bought in Tokyo haul, because I definitely shopped till I dropped. There were just so many things to purchase. Oh, do you guys hear my raspy voice? I did indeed sing some karaoke while in Tokyo. I also partied very hardy while in LA. Wow, this green is definitely very lethal and I love it. No fallout whatsoever. So now I'm thinking, might want to add some of that super creamy green. This one right here. Stabbing my brush into it. Boom. It definitely picked up a lot of pigment this time. But oh yeah, it's packing it on all right. That is pretty impressive. I believe this creamy matte is one of the new formulations of NATASHA eyeshadows, and I gotta say, I'm here for it. This is very innovative and it's super duper pigmented, as you can tell. It's actually pretty easy to maneuver and move around and blend with the other colors. So I can see this formula being a keeper. A bit of fallout with this creamy green, but I think it's my fault because I picked up way too much shadow. Since it's creamy, it is also smudgy. You kind of have to be careful with not staining your foundation. I'm gonna go back to the lighter green, Lethal, and kind of just smooth this edge here. Oh, I really like how these two layer. I'm gonna pull my lid here so that I don't create any unnecessary creases. I'm only doing that because these shadows are a little bit creamy and you need to make sure that your lids are pulled taut. I don't even like using the word pulled when it comes to talking about your lids, but you know what I mean. It needs to be flat and wrinkle free and line free in order to apply creams. That makes sense, right? Next, I think I wanna go for one of these crazy blues. Let's go for the darker one right here. This one swatched insanely on Lee's arm. I was so shook. I didn't even know what to do with myself. I'm gonna take a really small detail brush for this one. Sigma Smudge E21, which is also a flat brush too. Pick up a little bit of that blue. Wow. And I'm gonna start basically just painting it on because that's exactly how it applies, like paint. Look how easily it blends in with that previous green. This is such a gorgeous inky blue. Wow. See, there's no fallout here if you pick up a minimum amount. You could even use it as liner. Wow. That's pretty impressive. And the way they blend, my God, I was not expecting that. Really impressed. Didn't want to be impressed, I'll be honest, because who needs another eyeshadow palette? I mean, we all do, but Natasha has so many eyeshadow palettes. It's so hard to choose the right one. There are just so many. Oh man, this one is different from the rest. Now I'm thinking, do I want to create a halo eye that typically doesn't really look that great on me, or should I just apply a lighter shade to the inner portion and the center of the lid? Let's do that. I just realized that these shade names also have a color associated with them and an acronym that stands for the type of formula that it is. So this shade here called Orium is shade 251 DC for duochrome. That's cool. There's also some creamy mattes, some creamy pigments, some metallics, and some chroma crystals. They've really thought of everything, didn't they? I am gonna go with this shade here, which is a chroma crystal shade. I do believe you need to apply this either with a wet brush or with your fingertip. I'm gonna try with a fingertip first, then with a wet brush. Wahoo! A little bit is literally all you need. So I stamp just a pinch to my inner 2/3 of the lid, and then I'm just gonna spread the rest with my brush here. Bit of fallout here, but these are crazy metallic shades. You kind of have to be a little careful. Just the top of that provides so much pigment. Holy crap. Look how dressed up this eye suddenly looks. This is absolutely insane, an insane amount of pigment. So now that I have that, I think I'm gonna layer a little bit of that Orium duochrome shade because it's just so unique. I wanna add that right to the center. Not really seeing too much of a difference here when applied with the same brush, probably because it's picking up the previous shade, but when applied with a finger, I do see a subtle difference. So far, I have tried 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shades in all. And now I'm ready for the highlight. This one looks the most like a highlight. Also to my brow arch, just for a little sparkle. Man, oh man, this is pretty. I feel like this would be a really good palette for Halloween, for any witchy looks, or even some fairy looks, anything green, anything that requires a lot of pigment. And now for the bottom of the lid, I'm gonna go back with the same shadows in the same order. First picking up that creamy matte and just smudging it across the lower lid. I'm gonna clean off that brush. This is Jaclyn Hill and Morphe 38 brush. I'm gonna go in with that creamy green shade, and I'm gonna apply that creamy green olive shade across my lower lash line, just like the previous shade, but just a pinch higher. Also coming in around that darker green and around that blue in the inner corner and just making everything blend. Small little brush, going back with that darker green, pushing that shade very close to the lashes. I'm not gonna go all the way in, just gonna stay in the outer half of the lid. I really want to sneeze, but I don't want to. Okay, going back to the blue, just adding a pinch more of that to the very outer portion of both the top and the bottom lids. Even gonna run a bit of that across the top lash line in a liner style, just like that. I don't know if this look needs anything else. Maybe just a bit more shimmer. I'm gonna go ahead, pick up this metallic shade here called Shield, and I'm gonna add that to the inner portion of my lower lash line and lower lid, just to complete that gradient and give this look a little bit more interest. This also might be my 9th shade. Just gonna go back with the darker green and pop some more in here, and also maybe a pinch of that blue, just like that. All right, lashes and mascara time. These lashes are almost on. They just need to be glued down. These are the new Huda Beauty lashes in the style Kehlana. I like these, but the band is just a little too thick, so it's harder to apply to an eye that's more on the flat side. Looking a little too mom today. I don't know if I like you. Now for the highlighter, I'm gonna use a little bit of Tickle from Benefit. Kind of like a duochrome pinky golden shade. Like that? I like it too. I think it goes well with this eyeshadow look. All right, and here we are with the final look and with the final verdict that I'm gonna deliver in just a second. First, let's appreciate the look. I think this is a very fall to holiday appropriate smoky eye. I really like the greens, although that's not everybody's forte. I think it's different. I feel like the Princess and the Frog. And now Team Truth, it's time for the verdict on this new Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. So before we go on, let's state some facts one more time just to remind ourselves what this palette is all about. 28 shades, $129, available at Sephora. 5-year anniversary palette. Congratulations once again, Natasha. I think this palette is pretty unique and different from the rest of NATASHA DENONA palettes. First of all, it's one of the largest palettes that you can get in terms of colors, and for the price, it is actually one of the cheapest. This palette includes some new, unique, and I would even dare to say revolutionary creamy matte formulas that I have not seen before, that I have never played with before, and I think are really special and perfect for a makeup artist. If you're someone who does makeup for a living, you need to get your hands on this palette. My only concern with this particular Metropolis palette is the color compilation. I do understand that this is a fall/holiday palette, but as I said before, greens are not everybody's thing, and I would like to see a palette like this with some warmer tones, with some reds, and definitely utilizing that creamy matte formula in a nice black shade. I want to see how that black shade would perform, and honestly, if it performs the way that these do, I will use it every day. That said, I will give this palette a 9 out of 10. I think it deserves it. Go ahead and get your hands on it if you've got $129 to spare. Although, I would say for the quality, that's a small price to pay. That's it. I've said my piece. I rest my case. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, for subscribing. Check out some of my other NATASHA DENONA reviews, tutorials, and whatnot. I have a library of videos on just NATASHA DENONA right here. Click on them, and I will see you guys in my next video, which will be my first Halloween tutorial for 2019.